afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to more Final Fantasy XVI. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend. My weekend was good. Kinda just, chilled, played games. Stayed in the bedroom a lot because it's cooler in there than the office. It's been really hot lately. So, yeah, where did we leave off? I think when I ended, we were back at the hideaway, and I have like a bunch of side quests to do. From what I remember. Yeah. So, it's... before we start, I want to say, I didn't stream yesterday because it was really fucking hot. And, being in the office with both my PC and the PS5 running at the same time for streaming definitely makes things feel, hotter, feel worse. And today is also supposed to be super hot. Like, it's already 100 degrees Fahrenheit right now. So, streams for a while might just be, like, short. Like, I know I've been doing, like, 4 hours. It might drop down to, like, 3. Just because of the heat. Yeah. We have, like, heat weather warnings for, like, I think the rest of the week, unfortunately. Yeah, just want to let you guys know streams may end up being shorter.
Thin these days.
Till either the temperature starts to drop or you get rain. Alright, so it looks like a bunch of side quests. There's at least 3 at the hideaway that I see. The list could be more. And then a bunch out in the world. Oh, jeez. If it seems like it's just gonna be like another fetch quest kind of deal, I might skip through quite a bit of the dialogue for these side missions. Thank you for helping me guide my mentor free from his mortal coil. Contrary to what the madding crowds believes, we physicers are not without our limits. We cannot hope to cure every ill, mend every wound, save every life. Only medicine that will see you home safe without fail is prevention. Not that this knowledge will ever stop any of you from chasing down some behemoth for its tails. Yeah, true. Man. We'll probably make her job way worse because all the dumb stuff we do as Clive. Oh, this dude needs like a tentacle from a giant marble. Yeah, sure, we can go get that. Oh, an S-rank dragon? Yeah, we can fight that. Crawls back to the hideaway covered in blood. Backed up a ledge, lost all humanity in Dark Souls. Oh, yeah. It happens to the best of us. Don't worry, Chungus. The amount of times I've probably, like, forgotten holes are in certain locations and just, like, walked into one and died. Yeah. Oh. This is from Cole. Sir, I and the other curseworkers have grown concerned regarding the well-being of our captain. Despite the apparent unrest her recent investigations have visited upon her, Lady Doris refuses all offers of assistance. If it isn't not too much trouble, I would ask that you please speak with the captain and learn what troubles her so deeply. Yeah, sure, we can do that.
There's no way of knowing if Doris will confide in me. But I can speak to her at least.
Sorry to, like, readjust in my chair and, like, My little VTuber avatar freaks out every time I do that, so I have to hide it. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we got that quest. There are 2 quests that get us new things, it looks like. Both kind of over this way, right? Yeah.
Come back. Covered in nicks and lumps. The little
Where are you?
Can I help you, Sid?
I'm looking for Doris. Is she here?
I'm afraid not. She's at Martha's Rest on a job.
Okay.
My job, actually. When she heard what the mission was,
Did she? What was the mission?
following up on some new... Once they'd settled in, the bearers you helped liberate in the Dragon's Eyrie were keen to talk about their imprisonment.
The slaver Cole's team were tracking when they were attacked by the beastmen. I'll go and find her.
If she's not moved on already.
Okay.
Why would Doris insist on going alone? Maybe Cole was right to be worried.
Oh, nice.
Heard the bad news then, did you?
What bad news?
About Dravost. Blackthorn's old horn. Well, anyway, the mines just down the road from there are spewing out ether like no one's business.
Oh.
And the village?
Safe from the flood for now, but they've got other problems. Zoltan
Gotcha.
and the others are living on borrowed time.
Okay.
They need help. Doris sent a few curse breakers to keep an eye on things, but there's only so much a couple of scouts can do. If something ain't done soon, the old place will be overrun.
I won't let that happen.
Didn't think you would.
Does Blackthorn know?
I thought it might be better if he didn't. He'd only do something stupid. You reckon we should tell him?
No. It's better this way.
Yeah, well, I can't stand about knowing what's happening out there, so I'm off. I'll see you in Dravost.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like fully stocked on arrows whenever I could, because, I used them to cheese a lot of things. I think I used, like, poison ones and stuff for, the dragon on the bridge over by Solaire. Okay, so Blackthorn's village is in trouble. So we gotta go help them.
How was she?
And what is this one?
The Enterprise, I mean. Ah, Sid.
Don't tell me. You need more bomb ash.
Oh no. I'm working on bringing another one of the Chief's designs to life. It's got a
Smelter, okay.
vertentry hood over the top. For a bit, let's just say it gets very blimmin' hot. Only mithril engines get hotter. Trouble is, we won't be able to make out of any old rubbish neither. And I hear you once helped Helena get her hands on exact...
If it's for the good of the hideaway, I'd be happy to.
Oh, it is. I promise you.
So,
You've got a couple of examples here.
more fallen materials. So this smelter is similar to the mithril end.
That's right. They're a bit like the third, and what's more, they're directional. Transferring. We've collected as many as we can. And I know where we can get the rest.
So you want me to visit some ruins, destroy some echoes?
That's it in a nutshell. Yeah. We're only 3 short, mind. And we know there's one up Amber Way, and another in the Silent South, over in Dalmec.
All right then.
Will do.
Oh, he's having me travel all over the place to get ruined pieces. Okay. Oh, yeah.
With Canva in the hands of Akashic,
Yeah, I never saw any Vagrants, but I also played like offline. And was playing the Prepare to Die edition, which I think was on its last legs before the remake anyway. Okay, so I think I grabbed all side missions here. So I guess we'll just go do these. It depends on if, like, the remake changed anything or not.
Ready, go?
So they didn't
Run like the
really
wind.
change any of, like, the base mechanics, like where enemies are, how they work, etc., then it should still work.
Damn it. The whole village is turned. That'll do, girl. Over here! Now, Torgo! Go, Torgo! Silence! Torgo, kill! Stay down!
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go this way. So the mines that are near his village got flooded with the Aether, so now they have to deal with the Kashik and trying to, you know, hanging out and, like, possibly attacking the village.
Six! All yours, Torgo! Fight! There's more! So well.
I mean, he's a very private person. He rarely talks to us anyway. It's like his, like, home village. I mean, yeah, sure, he's at odds with, like, the chief or whatever, but still his home.
I'll need to deal with these ones first.
Over here!
Torgo, kill!
you. I'm gonna take that.
This is it. Right then. Just two more to find.
Right.
Doris should be somewhere nearby. Assuming she's still here.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
Nope, here she is.
It's been a pleasure, Doris.
I'll give your offer some thought, my lady.
How goes the investigation?
Sid, what brings you to Martha's Rest?
You. I heard you were out here on your own, tracking our slaver. I trust you're being careful.
Of course. And it had to be me. The bearers, she's no fool. If we'd come in force, she would have spotted us straight away.
That was her just now, wasn't it? So, was it a fruitful reunion?
I'd say so. She tried to recruit me. Seems her time in Rosaria is coming to an end. She's abducted bearers from across the region and is looking to smuggle them back into Sambrek. After her brush with those beastmen on the road to Northreach, she hired herself an Imperial escort, which she wants me to join. She's dangerous, Sid, but I think I can stop her.
Then I'm going with you. I'll take care of the escort. You can see the bearers to safety. Where are they?
The Baum Archers, soon to break camp.
Okay.
Ah, Clive. I'd like you to take something to Sir Wade up in seeds for planting. I'll
Okay.
keep providing them with whatever they need in the meantime, but if Eastpool's going to survive, as of those poor bearers, they've lived their whole lives in serve. Small wonder they ain't got the foggiest how to provide for themselves. And if you're wondering why you, well, the Wagoneer's taking supplies up that way. Sir Wade's putting a brave face on it. But
All right.
thanks. Wouldn't ask if there. That should be enough to keep.
Okay. Deliver seeds so the
Gizar
bear's
greens.
living in that,
Not the most mouth-watering crop. Better that than something
Abandoned
that'll wither
village
away
can
at first
live.
trot. And chocobos love 'em too. They ain't exactly succulent, but cook 'em.
I'll take your word for it.
Anyway, Sir Wade'll know what to do with them. I'll go up there and show him myself.
I'm sure you will.
She said they were worried about more Akashic, so I'm guessing it's not just gonna be as simple as handing over seeds to Wade.
I heard the Guardian saying we're supposed to grow our...
Ah. Lord, what brings you to Eastpool?
A delivery.
These are Gizal. Martha's keen to cut the aprons. I jest, of course. But they'd long since gone to sea.
Martha was hoping he might be able to show the bearers so that they'll be able to...
That's not a bad... These bearers had only recently... They know little of freedom. Unless we teach them how to live like free men, I fear that all we have achieved in bringing them here is to exchange one master for another. Not that myself and the Guardians have been the best example to them so far. It's about time we all started to provide for ourselves. Bearers and Guardians. Unfortunately, we've been a little too busy of late to focus on much besides boast.
The Horde.
Oh yeah, more Akashic. I knew
Coming.
it.
So what?
Time it all. I gather the men in the square.
Yes, Sir Wade.
The Horde.
Akashic, a veritable leap. We don't have the numbers to hold.
Now you're out of time.
Precisely.
What if you could call on...
You mean the bearers?
So wait. You said you lacked men to defend the village, though they may not be trained soldiers like your guardians.
You're right. I will.
Oh, he's asking the bearers to fight. I mean, it's
My
either
friends,
that or
I
die.
humbly beg your aid.
Oh, I can't even skip
We
this.
Guardians are few and our enemies many.
He's not like, no, you
But I
gotta watch.
swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
You would send us to the slaughter. To serve as bait for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared. And to think we trusted you.
Well, rip.
Say what you will. A home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for. Sir Wade fights to give you lot a chance. Just like I do. Just like Sid does. We all wanted to give you a home where you could be free. And you got one, didn't you? This place, Eastpool. This is your village. Your home. And if you don't fight to protect what's yours, you'll lose it. You know I'm right. This world wants to take everything from you. Everything. Your homes, your freedom, your very lives. So then, are you going to stand by and let that happen to you? Are you going to accept fate like good little Bran did and die, having never stood up for yourselves? Or will you fight like free men and women?
Oh my god.
What are you doing?
All right. Give me a sword. I never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have, I don't want to lose it. I will protect what's mine, or die trying.
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together. For Eastpool! For Eastpool!
Thank you, Martha.
Don't mention it. Just promise me one thing. That you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Gladly.
They look terrified. I mean, they don't know how to actually fight. They probably are scared, but it's
Well,
like either
if it was
fighting or
numbers you were lacking,
dying to
you
the
certainly
Kasha.
won't be now.
Thanks to you.
Me? Oh, I just love the sound of my own voice.
Lord Rossfield, my lady, we're ready.
So what's the plan of action?
We'll divide our forces into several small detachments, each made up of guardians, bearers, and guards from the rest. Upon engaging with the Akashic, each detachment will keep the creatures occupied as best they can, steadily retreating all the while.
You're going to lure them into the village?
I am. We will have neither the time nor the resources to treat the wounded, so injuries must be avoided by coordinating our withdrawal through the use of messengers drawn from among the bearers. With luck, that point will be the village square. The perfect place, and for you and I to finish them off.
A sound plan. I'd say you have both in abundance, Sir Wade. Please, leave the
Ha! And let you have all the glory.
Sir Wade!
Okay, lead them into the village square and then surround
And you
them.
know what you
Got
must
it.
do. We work together, everyone playing their part, each shielding the other that no man might fall. For Rosaria.
For Rosaria!
We've no time to argue, my lord. I'll do as you ask.
And I will do as you ask.
Suppose we'd better do our bit too then, eh?
Right you are, Martha.
The calm before the storm.
Nope, here we go.
And here it comes. I will not let this village fall. Get him! Over here!
Oh, I just noticed. I guess I'm at the point where I'm close to where, like, main story wants me, but all these side quests, I'm like, oh, we're level. Because, they're level 35 and I'm level 32.
All yours, Torgal! Torgal, kill! Go, Torgal! Torgal, kill! Get him! Down, Torgal! Nice move! Over here! Sick him! You're finished! All yours, Torgal! Get him! Torgal, kill!
Nice.
Looks like that's the last of them.
Lord Rossfield, change of plan.
Why? What happened?
Owl from the rest. An Akashic curl's been sighted on Rhiannon's ride and is headed in their direction.
Well, the better half of her guard is here. So wait, how many...
Hard to say. My men are still facing some... I could order a
No. Let them finish the job. You stay here too, Sir Wade. I'll go after the curl. Join me only when Eastpool is won.
If you're sure, my lord. May the Founder protect you.
I forgot in the depths of level 50, yeah.
Next one's mine. I might...
Yep. Oop. Oh, that one. Down that way. Okay.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Can we find it? Oh, yep, there it is.
There it is. With me, Torgal. Now, Torgal!
Oh, jeez. Well, alright. I wasn't expecting it to die so fast.
All right. Back to Eastpool.
Lord Rossfield, the Curl, is it?
It's dead.
Thank the Founder for that. And for you, my lord.
Everything good
We were
here?
able to eradicate the rest of the Horde.
Oh, nice.
I have guardians posted around the village to keep watch for further attacks, but all seems quiet for now. I hesitate to say it, but I think it might be over.
I think it might.
We did it. We saved Eastpool. Thank you, my friends. Thank you.
No, Sir Wade. It's us who should be thanking you. You brought us together. Showed us what it means to fight for what you hold dear.
We never had nothing to call our own before. We didn't know what it meant to protect it, but now we do. We really do.
Forgive us, Sir Wade. You and your people saved us, and still we doubted you. But there's no doubt in my mind anymore. We're free men now, so we have to start acting like it.
Mm-hmm.
We have to fight to protect what's ours, to protect Eastpool.
And we shall. We all shall. Together. This is our home. And if anyone or anything tries to take it away,
they'll have us to answer to.
Come on then. Let's get to work.
This village isn't gonna rebuild itself.
They're not slaves anymore.
no. They're Rosarians. Your father took pity on the bearer's plight, and I believe if he was still with us today, this is what he would have wanted.
I believe you might be right.
I shall remain here, my lord, and do what I can to help rebuild the village. After all, this is my home now too. And I could hardly call myself an Eastpoolian if I didn't pull my weight.
I think you'll find it's East Pudlian, Sir Wade.
What? That's worse though.
You should be proud all the same. I'll have to pull my weight too. Can't have the rest getting outclassed. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back.
Can we continue to count on your support, Martha?
Of course, and I'd be counting on yours too. Us Rosarians have got to stick together, haven't we?
Indeed we have.
And Clive, come by the Golden Stables when you get the chance. I ain't paid you for delivering them seeds yet.
All right. I will.
I guess, yeah.
Lord Rossfield, do you remember our very first mission together? clearing the goblins from the Stillwind marshes.
Yeah.
How could I forget?
We ended up having to fight a marble.
There's one sight that I shall never forget. Since that day, there have been more than a few times when I felt like giving up. When the odds seemed so stacked in the enemy's favor, I thought I may as well just lay down my sword and surrender. But every time, I would think back to the look in your eyes that day and remember what it means to be a shield. Know that whatever trials Eastpool may face, I shall never lose courage. Thanks to you.
So Wade, you have always been a true shield. I know that Eastpool, and indeed all of Rosaria, will be safe in your hands.
Thank you, my lord. I know the rest of the world will be safe in yours.
I'll do my best.
Right, yeah.
The hero returns. It's lucky you came by when you did, eh? Not only did my seeds get delivered, but you went and saved Eastpool and all.
I just did what I could.
And it's only right that you get rewarded for it. Take it before I change my mind.
Thank you, Martha.
So, Eastpool's finally back on its feet again.
Yeah.
And a home to free bearers.
Well, it was your idea.
I know that, but I never stopped to think what it would mean. Though I suppose the rest ain't much different nowadays. You know, bearers living free like that reminds me of when I first met Sid. Loath as I am to recall that particular day.
Oh,
I take it you didn't always see eye to eye. What happened?
Well, if you really want to know, I started doing what I do long before I met Sid. In fact, that's how I met him. Or at least how he came to meet me. He showed up at the stables one day, asking questions about who'd been buying up bearers. Founder knows what he thought I was doing with them. Running a hunt, poking around in their innards. Something awful anyway. Me, I thought he was a new constable. Thought the game was up. But somehow we both managed to work out what each other was about. And before I knew it, the cheeky arse was rattling on at me about how I was doing it all wrong. After all my hard work.
Yeah, it sounds like Sid.
Told me I was giving them relief, but not freedom. That my bearers were still dying as slaves. Got right under my skin, it did. Told him if he didn't like it, he could bugger off and report me to the garrison. And do you know what he did? He smiled. And then he laughed. And then I did the same. We made a pact that day, that whenever one of us was in need, the other would always be there for him.
And you were?
Well, we both wanted the same thing. To make life better for bearers. Just like your dad. Do you know I was born right around the time Elwyn became Archduke? Growing up, I saw how he tried to change things. He certainly didn't lack for ambition, that one.
Indeed. But the loftier one's ambitions, the harder they are to achieve. Which is why those of us who follow in their footsteps need to finish what people like Sid and my father started.
Suppose you're right, aye. And if we don't manage it, there's always them who come after us. Good thing we've got a few half-decent sorts waiting in the wings, eh? It's almost enough to give you a little bit of hope.
Just a little.
Anyway, enough nattering. Better get back to work. The least the folks who saved Eastpool deserve is a hot meal.
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
Cool, okay. So we finished that.
Good. They haven't broken camp yet. How did Doris come to know a slaver, I wonder?
We've waited long enough. She's not coming. Ready the bearers. We're leaving.
Back to civilization, is it, Mom?
With all haste. Lest any of you lackwits start talking like these feckless bumpkins. I presume your men are ready. We've suffered too many delays as it is. Any more and I'll be docking your pay.
Yes, Mom.
Jeez.
Oh, but before you go, it appears we have company. Kill him.
Wow.
You're welcome to try. This one. This one. All yours, Tom.
He walked right into the laser beam. So funny. Well, it's not the Empire. These people, it's hired guards for a slave trader. Though they are from Sinbria.
So much for your escort.
You'll forgive me for not avenging my men. I surrender.
Sid.
Ah, Doris. I take it you're not here to rescue me from our brooding renegade? You know, I always wondered where you'd vanished to. But casting your lot with this criminal of all people.
Better fighting for a cause than killing for coin. I'm sorry, Sid. I should have told you sooner. This woman, my former master, once trained bearer children to be weapons in service of the highest bidder.
Well, that's fucked up.
She raised me like a daughter, and I did terrible things to earn her favor.
It wasn't all terrible. Surely. We had our fun, too. You were always so eager to learn, and had such clever hands. But you proved yourself a master of both. That's why I kept you for my own. How about it, my little dagger? Care to swear that blade to me again?
I never swore my blade to you, nor will I ever. I fight for a higher cause, to liberate the bearers of this world. Farewell, Master. Thank you for making me the weapon I am.
You always were a righteous child. Perhaps that's the reason I loved you so.
What do you want to do with her?
I am not the killer she wanted me to be. Not anymore. And she no longer has friends in high places. The Dame does, though. Her connections at the Imperial Court will see that justice is done.
All right. If you're certain.
I am. And thank you for everything. Now, I better let these bearers know that they're safe.
And I should head back to the hideaway and put Cole's mind at ease.
Right, yeah. Oh, it's like fast traveling me there? Oh, it is.
Welcome back, Sid. Doris's message just arrived.
With any luck, they'll be joining us in the hideaway shortly. Oh, and Muleta. You don't need to worry about Doris anymore.
I'd been hoping as much. She mentioned one or two things in her report. So the slaver we'd been chasing all these months was her former master. Wish I'd known. She's been arrested, by the way, over in Sunbreak. Went quietly, or so we're told.
Oh, well, that was quick.
She won't be getting off lightly. The Empire may have no love for bearers, but it's none too fond of black market traders either. Can't have been easy for Doris.
I'm sure it wasn't. Don't worry. She'll be all right.
I hope so. Suppose you should know, eh? You had quite the past yourself before you came here, or so I understand. Anyway, thanks again, Sid.
Keep up the good work, Cole.
Ooh. So, okay, that's another quest done. God, there's so many quests. So many side quests. Just like out of nowhere, the game's just like, yeah, you're gonna spend all your time doing side missions.
Take that, you naughty thief!
Clive! I just wanted to see how the town's been faring since you brought everyone together.
Since we, all is absolutely wonderful. And firmly at the helm. Our stores are full, and the bandits still just as the good Lady Jane...
Are you a lord? They're going to make him the Lord of Dalamil, because of how he stopped all the grown-ups from fighting.
It's the mayor of Dalamil, dear child. But if the people wish me to lead them, I shall. Speaking of menaces, there may be a rather worrying one just over the horizon.
Oh?
May there indeed.
I'm afraid the example Conrad and Natalie set in putting aside their differences and presenting a united front might have caught the bandits' attention. And they might have elected to take a similar approach. They have formed what one could call a League of Outlaws.
Oh, of course they did.
They grow more organized by the day.
We'll fight them all off just like last time, won't we, Lugor?
Of course we will. The longer we avoid facing this one, the more difficult it will be. Our best hope is to nip these efforts at organization in the bud, by finding those ne'er-do-wells who have yet to join the cause, and ensuring that they never do. Perhaps a certain Lord Underhill might be willing to lend us his aid once
Please
more.
don't call me that. Yeah.
How could I refuse?
Thank you, my lord. Victor will fill you in on the particulars. I have him stationed by the desert gate.
I'll go and speak with him.
What's the difference between a lord and a man?
A league of outlaws. Sounds like we have some competition. Still in Dalamil, Victor?
Ah, Sid.
I thought you'd have returned to Cosnis by now.
I did. Then I came back. I've developed something of a fondness for the place. And having worked so hard to see it saved from one fate, it would seem remiss to abandon it to another.
Right.
A sentiment Master Lubor certainly isn't shy about exploiting.
You're not the only one.
What does he want you to do?
He asked for my aid in putting down the bandits. And he said that you might be able to help me find them.
Then you've come at just the right time. There are more camps in the vicinity than we can safely strike at once. But we must strike together, and we must strike soon.
All right. Which camp shall I take?
There's one upriver. Just out there, across the dunes.
Leave it with me.
Yeah, every time I visit, that's all they're gonna call me. Was Lord Underhill.
Ready, go?
Those ne'er-do-wells want to ban.
That must be the camp Victor mentioned. Come on then, Toggle.
That's him! The one who killed Locke and Finger! Take his head off! This one! Now, Torvald!
All yours, Torgal.
You're finished.
Nice.
I'd better let Victor know.
Sid, where are you? Ah, I see the bandits didn't pose you any trouble.
No, but that's not why you're here, is it?
No. Something's happened. We need you back in Dalimil.
What is it?
The whole town's in uproar.
Over what?
They're saying that Lubor is a bearer.
What?
Seems that one of our parties wasn't as thorough as they should have been. Some of the children spotted him, and he was about to silence them. And when Lubor felled him with a bolt of magic, and without a crystal.
But that's not possible.
It is, if he's a bearer and has been hiding it all these years, which is what people are saying. If he has, well, I wouldn't blame him. No man is branded by choice. Still, all those people see is a man who's lied to them all his life. One who was made a leader of himself when the world believed he should have been a slave.
Fuck.
I don't know where we go from here, but I know one thing. Lubor needs all the friends he can get right now.
You're right.
I mean, you gotta remember, this game is highly prejudiced against bearers. Like, and you don't just wipe probably hundreds of years of slavery, maybe even thousands, like, away in a couple of days.
And now everyone knows. I made it a habit to keep a crystal close at hand for just such an occasion. And when that occasion arose, I forgot to reach for it. Well, it was bound to come out sooner or later.
We're sorry, Lubor. We tried to keep running, but we just couldn't anymore.
There's nothing to be sorry for. I rather enjoyed playing the hero for once. All that matters to me is that you two are safe.
Look at him talking to his betters like it's nothing.
All lies, I'll wager. Just like the ones he fed us all these years.
Once people make up their minds, it's hard to change them. We need to do something, and quickly. Convince the people not to let their prejudices blind them.
You're right. We should speak to everyone.
I'm glad you agree. I'll handle the townsfolk. I'm a Dalmec born and bred. They listen to me. You head to the tavern. Make Conrad and Natalie remember who Lubor really is. They know that Lubor and I are friends. Lord Underhill of Randalar's League of Merchants, however, is a trusted and impartial mediator of note.
I'll do what I can. Lubor, stay here with the children. I can't promise anything, but we'll try.
And that is all I can ask of you.
Why are you taking the bearers?
Why do they always have to make such a fuss?
He knew all along that he was planning.
Forgive me for disturbing you, but could I have a moment of your time?
I've seen your face before.
As have I. Lord Underhill, wasn't it? Of the League of Merchants.
That's right.
The rumors that he's a bearer. All true, I'm afraid.
He'll never be mayor now.
But what of his wares? Bearer or no, his steel is highly valued throughout the Republic. In this at least, he's done the town a service.
Leniency? He pretended to be one of us when he was laughing behind our backs all the while.
I'm sorry, my lord, but he lied to us. He lied to you. He cannot be trusted.
So what do you propose?
Perhaps. That is a question for the people of Dalimil. And they will thank you not to get involved.
The townsfolk have made their minds up. There was nothing I could do.
Nor I. Conrad and Natalie refused to consider anything but their own wounded pride.
You never know. Once their anger is cooled, they might see things differently.
All right.
Well, this sucks.
Why the hell would Victor take the bearers? I assume the situation is hopeless?
There's still hope. But...
But perhaps not in this lifetime, I think it's fair to say.
You mustn't think like that, Lubor. We'll talk some sense into them in the end, you'll see.
No, you won't. And your efforts would be better spent elsewhere.
But Lubor...
Rosina would often tell me that steel does not lie, that a blade is a reflection of the smith who forged it. To yourself be true, that was her point. Rather an ironic one when you consider that her life was taken with a blade of her own making. But I do not doubt that she was always true to herself and what she believed in, right to the end. And so must I be. I must do what I know to be right, no matter what others might think of me. And now, I know what that is. I must embrace my new role of villain so that the people of Dalimil have something to unite against. For only united can they hope to stand against the threat that awaits them. I'll need to make a suitably dramatic exit, of course.
Don't go, Lubor. You're the only one who was ever kind to us. We'll be all alone. Again.
Trust me, little ones. It is for the best that I go. Not only for the town, but for you, too.
How could it possibly be for the best? These children need you. The least you can do is give the townspeople a chance to change their minds.
I would not take it, Victor. It's over.
Over, you say? And so just like that, you're going to throw this town and these children to the wolves? I thought you were better than this. But it seems you had me fooled as well.
Victor.
Forget it. Do what you will.
You sure you're making the right choice, Lubor?
Of those available to me, I believe it's the best one. Yes. Ah, but where are my manners? Here. A reward for clearing out that bandit camp. Right then. I have packing to do.
If there's anything I can do. Anything.
I'll bear it in mind. Thank you.
Oh, that sucked. Oh, there are like 3 quests over here. I guess go the one in town.
So Dravost is still standing. For now, at least.
If you can swing a hammer.
Would you like to see my wares? Thank you. Certainly. Thank you.
Okay. The only other thing he sell is a orchestrion roll. I'll buy it. Sure.
Certainly. May we meet again.
Clive! You're here!
And the Akashic?
Mostly off to the north still. Told old Snotty to be ready to seal the north gate. That should buy us some time if we need it. Enough for the villagers to barricade themselves inside their homes at least.
Well done.
Welcome back, Sid. I'd never have guessed, you know. Not if August hadn't let slip. Who'd have thought that the savior of Dravost would turn out to be the realm's most infamous outlaw?
Yeah.
Keen to help us out again?
I am.
Thought you could sneak off without me, did ya?
Oh. Right.
Oh, what are you doing here?
One of the scouts couldn't keep his voice down. Unlike my best mate who didn't think I deserved to know. So then, how long's it been? Not enough for us two to turn into a pair of old codgers, I see.
Then your idea of an apology. Prick.
Don't listen to him. You only did what you thought was best. For the village and that.
I did, yeah. But that ain't the whole of it. Vulcan, our master, didn't leave the chiefdom to the two of us. He left it to me. The best blacksmith in Dravost, barring himself, of course. Bloody stupid tradition, in my opinion. If someone's got talent, you should let them practice their craft, not ask them to settle petty feuds and barter for grain. Our master wasted half his life that way. I wasn't about to let that happen to me.
So you're wasting half of mine instead.
You're what Dravost needed. Under me and my precious ideals, this place wouldn't have lasted a year. So I left to devote myself to the work and spare you lot the consequences. I may be a selfish prick, but I only did what I felt I had to.
What you had to do was your duty!
Even if it meant we all starved?
Enough. This is no time for bickering. You can finish beating each other up once Dravost is safe.
Right, yeah.
Fine.
Throw for son.
I've said my piece anyway.
Yeah, so have I.
Sorry, Clive. I shouldn't have stuck my nose in. Short enough on time as it is. Still, give us a mo, would you? You, ready for the off then?
Yep.
We can't afford to waste any more time.
Right you are. Don't want any nasty surprises, do we? Oh, and Blackthorn, you and Zoltan might be better off staying inside the...
Akashic on the move.
How close are they?
Within sight of the walls. And there are more coming up from the mines.
What was I saying about nasty surprises?
They'll wash right over us if we stay out in the open.
Good idea. Get yourselves inside, but keep your weapons handy.
Understood.
I'm prepared to fight if I have to.
Well, let's hope you don't. That's our job. Once the scouts are inside, order your men to barricade the gates. No heroic last stands, you hear me? No fighting at all if you can help it.
August's right. I've seen what Akashic beasts can do to armor. The people here are tough and willing, but they ain't equipped to face what's coming.
I'm going out there. Start work on the gate as soon as I've left. I'll give you as much time as I can.
And if they kill you?
You evacuate. But it won't come to that. I promise.
You'd better be right.
I would be pretty sad at this point if I died as some simple monsters.
And give those things what for, yeah?
All right. Which one of you's first?
Oh, Griffin. Okay.
Is that it?
Oh, because not.
Apparently not.
Chimera? Of course.
You're not getting past me.
All yours, Torgal.
I'm looking at it, and that is one buff ass lion. Like, jeez. White days.
All yours, Torgal! All yours, Torgal! Kill!
Now, the question is, did I miss any?
I would hope not.
Man alive! You're still in one piece!
I slew as many as I could.
As many as I could, he says. The old bleeding lot, more like it. Well, almost.
Only almost.
Yeah, one or two did try to sneak over the wall. But we got the bastards, don't you worry.
Good. Though you do know, more will come in time.
In time, yeah. But we can think about them later. Let's get you back inside.
Sid! You're even more fearsome than your reputation. Enough to give those Akashic monsters nightmares. I almost felt sorry for the wretched things. But mostly, I felt grateful.
I'm afraid I've only delayed the inevitable. There's no getting rid of that ether flood. Meaning that any living thing which stumbles into those mines will end up clawing at your walls again.
And that's if the flood don't spread. If it does, well,
yeah.
I hate to say it, but the village's days are numbered.
That may be, but we're staying just the same. With ether floods springing up all over, it's no less safe than anywhere. We'll fortify the gates to the north, and I'll see that they're guarded day and night.
All right. Then we'll give you a hand shoring up those defenses.
As for you, Blackthorn, that's twice you've turned up when Dravos needed you. So, thanks.
What? He said something nice.
Stayed away so long. Then I shouldn't have left without talking it over with you first.
Too bloody right you shouldn't. Though I doubt I'd have listened. I always envied you. How you made everything look so easy when, for me, it was anything but. You leaving gave me the perfect excuse to hate you. And from that day on, I never once stopped to wonder what it would have been like if you'd stayed. But what you said earlier, it was true. You'd have been the death of this place.
Finally, something we can agree on. I hope you see the sense of it eventually. You kept this place alive.
Alive, perhaps. Wealthy even, but Dravos isn't what it once was. Our work used to be the pride of Dalmekia. Now, we churn out the same rubbish day after day because it's easy and turns a profit. It's not about the craft anymore. I wouldn't send my sons to war wearing the shit most of our smiths are making. I've kept working, honing my skills, trying to lead by example, but no one sees the point. The average castle apprentice has as much passion for the craft as our current lot. Come back to us, Blackthorn. Remind Dravost what a true master blacksmith looks like. I'll even man those bellows of yours if it means we can work at the same forge again.
That's a kind offer. Kinder than I deserve. And I wish I could accept, but I'm needed elsewhere. There's people who trust their lives to my steel, and I daren't let them down.
Fair enough.
But that doesn't mean I couldn't visit from time to time. Let's see if we can't rekindle this town's passion for the craft, shall we?
I'd like that.
Just be sure to tell Snotty to let me in the next time I come calling, yeah?
Knowing him, he'd let you in anyway.
Did they just make up? Go back to being friends?
The Master Smith turned outlaw, back in my good graces. I never thought I'd see the day.
Wow.
I'd say that went pretty well, wouldn't you?
Even better than I'd hoped.
Sid, I've got something for you.
Oh? Oh, okay, thank you.
This is a token of our lasting gratitude. But I'm of a mind to make you a far grander gift. Designs for a certain sword have been passed down from chief to chief for generations.
Now hold on, Zoltan. There's a reason no one's made that blade in centuries. There's not been a craftsman equal to the task. I'll admit your cinders make impressive steel, and I've learned to own an edge Odin would be proud of. But the engravings on that thing are enough to make a jeweler cry. And they're not just for show, either.
Have you forgotten what brought you back to Dravost in the first place? A certain ring?
Oh?
I knew I'd never
Are they going to work together to make me a sword?
So I turned my hand to a different kind of metalwork. Between the two of us, I'd say we're the equal of any master craftsman ever to have graced a forge.
Oh, they are! Ah!
You know what? I think you might be right. Clive, you wouldn't mind if Zoltan came back to the hideaway, would you?
He's more than welcome. As long as he can keep our secret.
Right. Zoltan, get your tools. We've got a legend to forge.
Yeah, legendary sword! Cool. Well, that's something to look forward to when I get back to the hideaway, I guess. Got other side quests in the area to do first, though.
Come on.
This one. All yours,
Oh, my mom's exploded.
Get him. Over here!
Finish! Two down. One to go.
Right, yeah. Okay. Seems there's 2 other quests here. Jeez. So many side missions. That's all today's stream might be, is side missions, it feels like.
Lord Rosfield, is there aught the Undying might assist you with this day?
Perhaps. Have you learned anything of note since last we spoke?
Little and less, I regret to report.
I see.
Be assured, however, that we will not rest until the truth is known. Even now, our archaeologians scour ruins in every corner of the realm.
Oh, right, yeah, he's researching, like, Ultima for us.
Fallen ruins, I take it. Dating back as far as Phoenix Gate.
Indeed. Ultima's thralls are oft sighted among the remnants of the fallen civilization, as if protecting the secrets concealed within.
Secrets we'd see unearthed.
Should our methods be of interest, my lord, mayhap it would please you to observe some of our number at work.
Would that be possible?
Of course. A survey is being conducted not far from here. Perchance you are familiar with Kretov. I was due to visit my colleagues there to collect their preliminary findings, but if you would consent to do so in my stead, I'm sure that they would be honored to relate any discoveries they have made to you directly.
Okay.
All right. I'll go and meet with them.
They will be most gratified, I am sure. Might I suggest you take the road through Titan's Wake? It will lead you straight to the village after but a short walk.
Thank you. I will.
I wish you a safe journey, my lord.
Okay. So hopefully learn more about the Fallen and or Ultima. Oh, I have to go around this way. It looks like. I see. Okay.
Run like the wind.
Yeah. I mean, at the very least, we don't learn more about, like, the Fallen themselves or Ultima. We'll, I don't know, find useful items? Or learn better ways to fight the things at the ruins? I don't know. Yeah, Ultima's still, like, an enigma. I'm not entirely sure what he is exactly at this point.
This might take a while. All right.
Oh, well, this doesn't look good. Well, so much for the research team we're gonna meet up with.
You'll pay for this. They still be spiders. whatever that thing is.
Fool's gold.
I'd say it's their leader. This one. Too slow. This one. All yours, Torgal. Now, Torgal. All yours, Torgal. Torgal, kill! Torgal, kill! Too slow. Nice try.
Yeah, there might be survivors, hopefully.
Should have stayed in the path. These must be Cyril's colleagues.
You have our thanks, stranger.
Who are you?
Ah, forgive me, my lord. I did not recognize you. You are Lord Rosfield, are you not? We are archaeologians, tasked with surveying this site. When the echoes appeared, our brothers here occupied their attentions. Thanks to them, and to you, we were, for a mercy, able to see our duty to its conclusion.
You call that a mercy? Your brothers might still be alive if you put their safety before your duty. Surely this survey wasn't worth dying for.
We are charged with uncovering Ultima's origins. A duty of the highest import, as I'm sure you will agree.
And you think your dead brothers would agree with you too?
I know they would. They gave their lives for the cause, an honor to which all Undying aspire.
Oh,
To what do we owe the honor of your presence, Lord Marquis?
Cyril told me of your work here, and I agreed to collect your findings in his stead.
I see. That is most kind. Pray, take them then, with our humble thanks. May the Firebird's flame burn ever in your heart, as it does in ours.
It's one thing to lay down your life for another, but for a survey... I suppose I'd better get this back to
I mean, yeah. But at the one hand, learning everything we can about Ultima is in fact, like, super important when you think about it, right? Like, without any knowledge on him, there's no way we could ever, like, defeat him, essentially. We need to know as much as we can if we, like, stand a chance if we ever have to fight Ultima.
Ah, you are returned, my lord.
I collected your colleagues' preliminary findings. Here, Take them.
My thanks. I shall study them, and inform you forthwith if I discover aught that might aid you in your fight against Ultima.
Cyril, your survey party suffered several losses in Kretov. Losses which could have been avoided, had the others not chosen to complete their work, instead of saving their friends. Were these your orders?
No. This was their choice. Every Undying devotes his life to the service of the Phoenix. It is our sole duty, and should we die in discharging it, so be it.
Even when death is avoidable.
My lord, I fear that this is not a point over which it would be fruitful to argue. The Undying have served the Phoenix for countless generations, and your opinion of our methods, however earnest, is not like to change them.
True.
We live to serve the Phoenix. Our very order exists for that purpose, and that purpose alone.
Cyril, I know that you and your brethren answer only to Joshua, but allow me to offer you a word of advice. It does not further the cause of the Phoenix to have his loyal followers surrender their lives without good reason. Provide your survey parties with an escort, that they might live to do their duty for years to come. Think not only of how you can serve the Phoenix, but how Joshua would want you to serve him. Please. For all our sakes.
I thank you for your advice, my lord. If you will permit me to respond, our faith in his grace, Joshua Rossfield, is absolute. And we of the Undying will do what we believe is right to fulfill our duty unto him. As first shield to the Phoenix, I am sure you understand what it means to do one's duty.
I do.
Then we are of the same mind. And it is my hope that we may continue to do our duty together.
Alright. Okay, there's a Sidequest here as well.
Onto the gate, right on.
Ah, Clive.
That is good news.
Yes. Our comrade in Randala has just sent word that the contract should be signed very soon. But I still have much and more to prepare. It's a huge undertaking moving this many bearers at once.
Right.
You couldn't do me a quick favor, could you?
What is it this time? More wild beasts?
Nothing like that. I just need you to go over to the caravans and ask El how long we have until the bearers arrive. Find out exactly how much faster I need to get all these supplies moved.
All right. I'll go and ask.
Thanks, Clive. I owe you one.
It's not gonna be as simple as asking how long is it. It never is.
Don't blame yourself, El. This is their fault, not yours.
I know, but...
No buts about it, all right?
Alright, what happened?
Is something wrong?
Ronnie came to give me a message from our intermediary. The talks with the Republican army have fallen through. They've reached an agreement with the Silver Peak Consortium instead. Though prices have fallen of late, we deliberately offered above the going rate to try and deter other bidders. But the Consortium offered double what we did, and the army jumped at the chance.
Oh.
You had no opportunity to make a counteroffer?
None at all. And We were so close.
Elle? What's happened? I saw Vonnie leaving. She didn't look happy.
And with good reason.
But I thought we were the only ones the Fist was speaking to about the bearers. How did the Consortium even find out about this?
It's not so surprising. They have ears all over the Republic. This isn't over. The Consortium will have to sell these bearers eventually. I'm going to Randalar myself.
Alone? You sure that's wise?
Are you offering to be my bodyguard? How kind. Meet me at the checkpoint near the capital gates. You go to Cashlock, Theo, and get everything ready. Even if I fail to free these bearers, there will be others. Someone needs to prepare the place and keep any prowling beasts at bay.
Oh, and that's me, is it? Well, it looks like I'm following orders till she gets back from meeting the Silver Peak Consortium. She'll never join them after this, surely. No, she said it herself. She still has plans for Cashlock, even if this one falls through. She means to stay with us then. I can't say I'm not happy to hear it, but... is this what she really wants?
You have to trust her.
You're right. It's what she wants now. And if Elle's off fighting for the cause, I should do my part too. So I bid you farewell and safe travels, my friend. I'll gather my men and leave for Cashlock. You go to Randalar and see if you can stop my sister biting the Consortium's heads off.
Right. I'll do my best. All right. To Randalar then. And better not keep Eloise waiting.
Yeah. Oh, it's... okay. Guess I'm riding my chocobo down there.
What's happened?
For example, this dialogue it makes me think of Yakuza, yeah. It very much feels like that.
I wouldn't give for a hot meal. Looks like this is the end of the road.
When are they gonna let us through?
It's just like I noticed with a lot of side quests, it's like they take a really long ass time to say something that technically only would take like 1 or 2 sentences, you know? Like, hey, I need you to go here. But it's like a full-length paragraph instead of just that. It's like, yeah, I only need to know where I need to go. Like, some of the important bits. That's what it is.
Time to fight. Straight home now. I hope I didn't keep you waiting. Did you arrange to speak with the Consortium?
Here they are now.
You wish to consult with me?
I did. It's about the bearers you recently purchased from the Fist. We had all but finished making arrangements to buy them ourselves. And then you stepped into the fray.
You misunderstand. The Consortium had an interest in purchasing them from the very first. It was only our regard for you that kept us from bidding, and so we resumed our business.
I did not hesitate. I am simply not inclined to make such decisions without first giving them due consideration. But what is done is done. Come then. How much do you want for them?
Alas, you are too late yet again. We rarely take on such unconventional merchandise without a purchaser in mind. The bearers belong to him now.
Who is your buyer?
A trader from across the water. A most demanding fellow, if it's any consolation. He insisted the bearers be fed, dressed, even given their own bunks for the voyage over. That's what you get when you deal with continental types.
I wouldn't know.
Oh yes, the culture on the continent is quite different to ours. They pay good money for bearers not fit for the knacker's yard, and treat them like kings. But as long as they pay...
That does sound unusual. No matter then. If they've already left our shores, there's little that can be done. And with it, my interest in joining your organization.
My associates will be sorry to hear that.
Right, yeah. It's just like, I don't need all of this, like, backstory about why I'm going to deliver seeds to these people, or like, why I'm going to fight monsters. It's like, I get it.
Able to save them.
As am I. But I only have myself to blame. He was right, you see. The Silver Peak Consortium did intend to buy those bearers before I did. Their representative hinted at a possible purchase when he came to recruit me. I feigned interest in joining them in the hope he might be encouraged to tell me more, and he did just that. As soon as he left, I sent my own offer to Randalar.
So you never...
No. I entertained the Consortium's proposal solely so I could learn more about those bearers. But I was a fool to think they wouldn't find out.
You tried.
I did. And if what he said was true, the bearers are to be well treated. Which is something, at least.
Right.
They deserved more. I wanted so badly to see them freed.
Eloise! Eloise! Word from Cashlock. The village is under attack. A pack of beasts have come down from the mountains, and there's a dragon at its head.
What?
Theo and the
Really?
others are trying to hold them off as best they can, but the odds are against them. They need help, and fast.
Theo!
I'll go on ahead.
Of all the
Thank you,
things to be
I'll gather some men and
included
join
in
you
a pack
there.
of
Just
monsters.
make sure he's safe.
Hold on, Theo.
Right, yeah. Alright, I guess it's time to go fight a dragon. Jeez.
Good girl. Fly, Ambrosia. I can walk from here. Where's Theodore?
Upriver!
He led the dragon that way to keep it from the village.
We just have to pray he makes it out in one piece.
I can do better than that.
Alright, yep, time to go rescue Theo. Jeez. Oh, that's still a ways away. Chocobo.
Faster! All right. Where are you, Theo? Damn it. The ether's too thick. These creatures have already turned. This one. Go for it. I can't waste any more time. I need to find Theodore before that dragon does.
Or, you know, the dragon will just find me, I
Tell
guess.
me. This thing's turned as well. This isn't going to be easy.
Yeah, I mean, one of the very first dragon bosses we fought was a Akashic. Because, you know, they're just like every other monster, essentially. There we go. Nice.
Clive? Theodore, you had me worried for...
Oh, is it so bad? Oh no!
We have to get you out of here. I think it might be a little too late for that. Bearer or no, there's only so much ether a man can take, and that Drake just wouldn't let me leave.
You have my thanks, Sid, for finishing what I could not. For keeping Elle's dream.
Theodore!
Oh no.
Don't make me do this.
Stop it, Theo!
stand. And so will you.
Oh, this is sad.
Take care of my sister. Vito, wait. Goodbye. El.
Yeah, this sucks. You really have to throw in a sad side quest along with the normal fetch quest. Like, come on.
Thank you, Clive. I think I'll be all right now.
That was true bravery he showed. Leading the dragon away from the village like that. His first instinct was always to protect people. To put others' well-being before his own.
And now he's gone. Because I sent him to that place, against his will.
It wasn't against his will. He was ready to do whatever it took to show you he could stand on his own. So that you would finally be free to live your own life.
To live my own life. He never could come to terms with the choice I made.
What exactly happened? You once told me Theo was the first bearer you ever helped.
We grew up in Canva. We were born to one of the great trading houses. And I was chosen to inherit the family business. I had my father's head for figures, you see. Theo did not. While I studied the art of commerce, he played at soldiers instead. A late bloomer. In more ways than one. For unlike most bearers, it wasn't until his 15th summer that his powers awakened. My parents tried to drive him out of the house and into the care of the constables. But before they could, I took him into mine.
Theo told me something else. He clearly admired your devotion to the cause of freeing others like him from slavery. But he said you deserved a better life than this. He wanted to free you from what he called your bonds, just as you freed him from his.
I would be lying if I said I had not wondered from time to time how much easier my life might have been if I had allowed Theo to be taken and devoted myself to the family business instead. But I have never regretted the decision I made. Being with my brother meant more to me than tradition or reputation.
Aww.
I only had to look at him to remind myself of that night and the choice I made and the fact that I would make the same choice again in a heartbeat. He was never a burden. How could he even think that? If anything, I was the one who weighed him down.
You weren't, Eloise. He said it himself, that he had always been grateful to you for saving him, and that he wanted to repay you by letting you live the life you were denied. Neither you nor Theo weighed each other down. You loved one another. You did whatever was necessary to continue living your lives together, and you always would have.
You're right.
all I ever wanted. All I ever did. It was so we could be together. Oh, Theo. Why did you have to...
I know Theo wanted me to move on, but I'm staying here at the Crimson Caravans to continue our work. We can make a difference here. We can help people, save them. I need nothing more from life than that. So I'll carry on doing what we do, ensuring that goods, people, bearers get where they need to be, bringing smiles to people's faces, just like we always have, and to Theo's, wherever he is. This is the life I have chosen, the life I will always choose.
I've made a choice of my own, to continue helping you however I can, whenever you need it.
Thank you, Clive. Let's go on together then. For Theodore.
Right. The game's like, was like, you haven't been sad in a while. We gotta fix that. Like, jeez. I was not expecting this when I started the quest. Okay, it looks like I got one more little side mission over here. Outside of gathering final relic piece. Can this one just be a normal fetch quest after that? Like, jeez.
I got peppers to numb your tongue.
There were ghosts at the gates, not days ago.
I'm sorry, ghosts at the gates? Like, actual ghosts? Oh yeah, Temporary Permission was so wild.
Oh, Clive. What am I to do? My wards and I may soon be without a home.
Oh, why?
What's happened?
The High Cardinal has descended from his lofty throne and taken up residence here in Northreach.
Why?
The High Cardinal.
Leader of the Council of Elders, second only to his Radiance at the head of the Imperial government.
Oh!
Not that any of those things still exist.
Oh yeah, the capital's in ruins, that's why.
He wants to transform it into a military stronghold. A foundation upon which to build a new Sambrecht.
Good luck
He's
with
already
that.
secured the support of the various army remnants, with promises that they shall be afforded the respect they deserve in his empire.
He would rob the populace to pay for it.
Believe me, I have used every means of persuasion to discourage him from this folly.
What does Captain Philippe make of this? When the town was under attack, it was him the soldiers rallied around.
How? By speaking out against one of the most powerful men in Sambrec. A man whose stated aim is to revive the empire Philippe's comrades swore to serve, and to improve the soldiers' lot within it. The captain can offer them a regular supply of gruel, and an occasional trip to the Vale to help them forget the terrors they face each day. The Duke offers them a vision of strength and safety. No. Any attempt to incite mutiny would cost Philippe the support of his men, but given the mood around town, mutiny may yet be unavoidable.
And who could blame them?
Right, like, the citizens are just gonna sit around and let, like, some
Duke on my behalf.
Duke
For your services
take
to
away their
Northreach,
belongings to
you have the
fund a new
respect of the
empire,
soldiers,
quote unquote.
and they will take you to his eminence if you ask them. And unlike Philippe, no bonds of loyalty prevent you from speaking your mind to the man.
Right, call him an idiot to his face, got it.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, Clive.
Tell me then, where will I find this Duke of Oriflamme? In the garrison?
Overseeing the troops, yes.
All right. Wish me luck.
Well, this whole area is the Holy Empire of Sanbreak. The place we fought was just like the capital. The new capital, rather, because they took over a new city once we destroyed that one Mother Crystal. The very first one with Sid. But, you know, the new capital also got destroyed by, you know, Bahamut going crazy. So, yeah, now there's Duke, one of the last people who was, like, probably, like, a royal counselor or whatever to the Emperor, wants to take over this area and build a new empire, quote-unquote, like a new capital. But, you know, that ain't gonna work out for him.
I may have met this Duke before, at the Remembrance Ceremony. Let's hope I didn't make a strong impression.
Yeah, well, yeah, last time we saw Dion, he made it back to the capital. And then he, like, passed the fuck out from his wounds, because he should not have been traveling after all the shit he went through as Bahamut. But I'm sure Dion's okay.
Halt! Oh, sorry about that. You're the Dame's man, aren't you?
Yeah, right, yeah.
No,
Dion,
actually.
Dion's
with
strong.
the Duke. I was hoping I might
Going
be able
through
to
all
speak
that
with
as
him.
Bahamut and still waking
You're
up.
under orders not to let any civilians pass. But you should be alright.
And then
His Eminence has heard
crawling,
all about you
or
and
like
your
slowly
heroics.
making his way back to the
Wait here.
capital.
I'll go and
From the
ask.
hideaway. With his injuries. Like, it is amazing that Dion's alive.
So, you are the sellsword who lent his aid to the garrison, and I shall see it repaid. But tell me, is it wealth that you seek, or favor?
Neither, Your Eminence. I thought only to inquire about your plan to turn Northreach into a stronghold.
Ah, I see. You are worried the expanded garrison will render your services redundant.
I mean,
Yet you
no.
needn't be.
They're always
Proud
fetch
fighting
quests.
man like yourself shall always have a place here. Pride of place, in fact. For too long has the contribution of the noble soldier been under-reckoned. But no more. For it is they who shall see the Holy Empire rebuilt.
Why here, Your Eminence?
The town has been fortunate enough to escape largely unscathed from the recent troubles. Her defenses are sound, and her garrison well prepared. Which is more than can be said for Oriflamme or Twinside.
Yeah,
the Empire
right.
wants for a capital, and I believe Northreach to be the perfect
But,
place.
what's the point of building a new capital if there's no one to
Caer
really rule
Norvent
it
as
anymore?
her citadel. Once we have seen to the refortification of both the town and the castle, we need only build a wall around both to create it. Plans are already underway for the construction. Soon enough, these thralls shall learn that they are no match for the might of Sanbreque.
I fear you underestimate how dangerous these creatures are, Your Eminence. Should they return in force, you will need all the people of Northreach to come together in defense of the town. Something they may be loath to do if they've been deprived of their worldly goods.
The people will do as their leaders command.
That doesn't mean they'll be
Sanbreque
happy.
is to be
and
rebuilt.
won't, like,
She will
revolt.
require a functioning government. One whose authority is beyond question. That is why this levy is necessary. So that any man who wishes to join the army might do so and be fed, outfitted, and paid as befits a defender of the Empire. And yet there are those who persist in peddling the treasonous lie that I seek to steal from the people and drive them from their homes.
I suspect they're afraid of losing what little they have left.
Precisely.
Oh. Yep.
The
Here we
common
go.
folk have little and less, and you mean to deprive them of even that? You would sow the seeds of your new empire in your own salted earth.
Sabine, we have discussed this.
Yes, and I told you then how putting the empire before her citizens would lead only to revolt.
Without an empire,
wrong.
there are no citizens.
And in yours, there will be only beggars. Is that what Griga wills for her people?
Do not take her name in vain, Sabine.
I'll come back later.
I'm like, okay, they can argue. I'll go.
A citizens' revolt. I wonder what the people really think of the Duke's plan. It wouldn't hurt to ask them, I suppose. Let's begin with those on the other side of the wall.
I mean, I don't know if a capital city is really important at the moment, given all the other horrible stuff going on right now. Like the Akashic and people having to essentially relearn how to live without the use of, like, crystals and stuff like that. Like, maybe save rebuilding your empire after the world no longer seems like it's ending, you know? Revolting situation.
ghosts at the
Yeah.
All right there. What is it you're after, sir?
Just your opinion, actually. I wondered what you thought of the Duke of Oriflamme.
Oh, him. Not much. None of us traders do. It's thanks to nobles like him that we had to set up shop this side of the wall in the first place. Couldn't have the rabble getting any closer to the holy capital, could they? And now he's trying to drive us out completely, threatening to take everything we got from us if we don't clear off. If the dame said she wanted him run out of town, I'd be straight through that checkpoint, tar bucket in hand.
So, not like... I mean, I can understand, like, shoring up defenses, getting more soldiers and stuff, and, like... because they can help with the Akashic if they ever wander over here, but you don't really need to build a capital right now. You don't need people focusing on building a giant fucking wall around your new city at the moment. There are more pressing matters.
I've been hearing a lot of talk about a certain Duke.
Nothing good, I'll wager. Going around acting like he owns the place. And with hardly a word to the dame. This is her town, not his.
I take it you'd rather she was in charge.
As far as I'm concerned, she still is. Just need his eminence to sod off back to Oriflamme.
Right, yeah. So everyone would rather, you know, the dame was in charge, or stays in charge. Got it.
A question, if you don't mind. What do you think of the Duke of Oriflamme?
Don't get me started. You build a life for yourself somewhere, only for some noble to turn up and tell you you've got to hand it all over to him. If he thinks his name and his chains give him the right to empty our purses, he's in for a rude awakening. We'll do whatever it takes to keep what's ours. Whatever it takes.
Oh yeah, so
People
they're
seem united enough. What about the soldiers?
they're full on like ready to like revolt. I feel like, okay, the soldiers, some of them might agree with him, but solely for the fact that the Duke has promised them like food and like better stuff. But then, like, if it comes to, like, fighting, how many of the soldiers are willingly gonna want to stand against the citizens, though? Stand against the dame, rather, too.
As long as you remain, they will meet your needs.
You're the one who was talking to His Eminence.
On the dame's behalf, yes. I was trying to persuade him not to take the people's goodwill for granted, but it seems my words fell on deaf ears. What do you think of his plans?
I'm a soldier, mate. He tells me what to do, not the other way round. Listen, I've got nothing but respect for the Dame, but I've got a family to look after. That's where my loyalties lie, not with the town or the Empire, but with my wife and children. If the Duke can get us the men and the equipment we need to fight off those blue-skinned bastards, I don't care how he does it.
Okay.
Sabine, you are embarrassing me.
Still arguing. Jeez.
I hear the Duke of Oriflamme plans to turn this town into some sort of fortress. Do you think that's a good idea?
It's not for me to say. All I know is that unless the Emperor orders me otherwise, His Eminence's word is law. Look, no one likes all these taxes and tariffs, but empires don't come for free. Once Sandbreck is back on her feet, we'll all reap the benefits.
I think you're underestimating how long that's going to take, my dude. Like, those benefits would be, like, a long ways away.
Excuse me, do you have a moment? I wondered if you'd mind sharing your thoughts on the Duke of Oriflamme.
Well, he's made a lot of enemies coming in the way he did. I mean, look around us. You can see the state the realm's in. The traders might not like having the screws put on them, but if they volunteered a few more of their hard-earned gil before things got bad, maybe they wouldn't have to. I think the Duke's got a point when he says rebuilding the Empire's the best way of making sure we're all protected. And if that means people who don't know one end of a sword from another have to make way for those who do, well, that's just how it goes.
Let's see what Philippe makes of all this.
Where is... Oh. Every time. Excellently jumped.
Captain, do you have a moment?
For you? Certainly.
Just to be alive at this
Clive,
point,
wasn't
right?
it?
Yeah.
Thank you for last time. How can I help you?
I wanted to ask you about the Duke of Oriflamme. Do you intend to go along with his plan?
But to tell you the truth, I'm in two minds. It's my sworn duty as a captain of the Imperial Army to obey his orders. But I can't say I agree with him.
Right.
Philippe, I remember you saying that you became a soldier to protect the people you loved. The Dame included.
That's right, I did.
Well, she doesn't agree with the Duke's orders either. She thinks they could tear Northreach apart.
And she's probably right. Thank you, Clive. I know what I need to do now. Protecting the people I love is what matters. Doesn't matter how. Well, duty calls, so I better go. Thanks again.
Wait, so is he gonna, like, revolt?
It seems Philippe wants to do the right thing at least. I expect Isabel will be pleased to hear that, if nothing else.
Ah, Clive. How did you fare? Were you able to speak with the Duke?
I was, but...
Yeah, so he has no plans of stepping down.
So Northreach is to be a fortress after all. Well, it will certainly help to hold back the thralls.
There's no denying that. Though I doubt it will come as much consolation to the townspeople whose worldly goods are confiscated to pay for it. They deserve to be heard, Clive. To have a say in this new empire the Duke means to build.
Sadly, His Eminence values their obedience more than their opinions, and hopes to reassert the authority of the state. I fear he sees the people as mere pawns on his chessboard to be sacrificed for the greater good.
Yeah.
Needless to say, they themselves are of a different opinion, and would rather their destinies were in your hands. The soldiers, meanwhile, are content to follow their orders. And not just because of the Duke's rank, but because of his vision.
I thought as much. Had I sworn to protect Sandbreck, I dare say I too would want nothing more than to see it rise from the ashes. Thank you for trying. But the battle is lost.
I don't know about that.
What happened to your uniform?
Did he quit?
I handed it in, along with my resignation.
He quit.
Told the lads I wished them well, but that I owe it to those I love to call it a day.
But why?
Because I realize what really matters to me. Not following some nobleman's orders for the sake of it, but protecting what I care about. Protecting Northreach. I honestly don't know when those monsters will return, but I'm certain they're not finished with us yet. And when they do come back, we need to be ready for them. We need to stand together, all of us.
Oh.
With you to lead us, milady, I reckon we can do it. It was you who finally convinced me, Clive. There's no point following orders if they go against everything you believe.
Indeed.
All of us, standing together. That has always been Northreach's best hope, and one which still lies within our grasp. We have only to turn our attentions to the true enemy. Thank you, Philippe, for showing me what I must do.
Anything for you, milady. Speaking of standing together, would you mind if I borrowed a few of the lads from the Vale to help keep watch around the town? I fear His Eminence has loftier tasks in mind for the guard.
Not at all. Be my guest.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Oh.
There may be hope for Northreach yet. Especially with men like you and Philippe to champion our cause. I, for my part, shall continue to work upon the Duke, in the stubborn belief that I might still tempt him into joining hands. But I suspect I shall have to call upon your aid again. Until then, Clive.
Until then.
Cool. So, hopefully some weird semi-civil war doesn't happen. I'm sure they'll be fine.
So many were injured.
Those things I said before.
There were ghosts at the gates, not days.
Right, yeah. At this point, I'm just like, I guess messages are here forever. Kick.
I heard the dame got an icon to
Which is like, no big deal, I guess.
Good girl.
Faster!
Oh, I ain't going the wrong way. I'm gonna go up here.
This might take a while. That's all of them. Owen can uncross his toes now.
Alright, back to the hideaway then. Except for, like, side missions on the map, right? Yeah. Cool.
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them.
Were there new hunts? There is not, okay.
How was she? The Enterprise, I mean.
Ah, Sid. What's is it good news or bad?
I got your items.
Good, thankfully. Here.
Ah, that's brilliant! I'll fit into the smelter right away. May I present to you the Telemon Furnace? Ain't bad, is she?
She's a beauty.
You saved my bacon again, Sid, and I ain't about to let your good deed go unrewarded.
It's fine, really. My bag's flexible enough already.
Oh, don't say that. I'm sure I can make a few improvements to it yet.
You could just buy me a bigger...
How about that clasp? Looks a bit stiff. Reckon you could loosen it up and make some more room? And I reckon I know how. With a new alloy we've been working on. The Telemon Furnace was just what we needed to perfect it. It's a metal, see? So it's lovely and strong, but it's also, well, stretchy, if you can believe it.
Stretchy metal.
I like how Clive was just
Well,
about to be like, you know, you could just get me a bigger bag.
It's the spirit. You'll love it, I promise.
But no, this man has to craft things. Make my current bag better.
So, what do you reckon?
It's actually quite ingenious. Thank you, Owen.
Yeah, stretchy metal sounds close.
Don't mention it. You earned it. And I wanted to get some practice in using that metal anyway. Reckon we'll have all kinds of uses for it around the hideaway. Can't think of any right now, but that's our job, innit? Maybe even out there, too. One day, the whole world's gonna know about the inventions you've helped us put together.
They'll hardly believe their eyes, I'm sure.
Hey, inventory max. Nice. So now I can carry 8 potions, 5 high potions, and then 4 both with the strength and stone skin. Nice.
Miss, can we read Miss Editor's story for our lesson today?
The guy who was scrapping marble tentacles to random plants, yeah. Well, it was still like a very specific plant, like the one with healing properties that for whatever reason you need the flowers, but they weren't blooming in the soil here or whatever. Still, that was weird. That the fix for that to get them to bloom was grafting them to mortal tentacles.
Ah, the man himself. We were just about to make a start on that sword I promised you.
It's funny, but none of this would have been possible without your help. You remember Camille? We'll be using his leatherwork for the grip. The steel, meanwhile, will be tempered in a fire, burning the cinders you charmed out of old Zoltan here. And that whetstone from the Outer Isles, that'll be what gives the blade its edge.
Oh, so all my quests lead up to this.
And the final flourish will be my talented colleagues engraving.
A team effort led by the greatest blacksmith alive.
Now, save that talk till the thing's finished, yeah? Right. I'm ready if you are.
To the bellows it is, then.
What? We don't get, like, a cool crafting cutscene for this, like, super epic sword they're apparently making?
Well, bugger me. We actually did it.
Ooh, that does look fancy. Guess not, yeah.
The sword to end all swords. Ragnarok.
It's quite something.
I, trust you'll take good care of it.
Thank you. Both of you.
So, does this make you pair the greatest craftsman alive, then?
This? Nah. This was just following the footsteps of the greats of old. It'll take more than that to earn us our place in history. But we're up for the challenge. Here.
A list of materials.
Zoltan and I got talking on the long road back from Dravost.
We reckon with those items there, we could craft something even better than the Ragnarok. Something worthy of a legendary outlaw like yourself.
That's a weapon I'd like to see. You leave this list with me.
I was hoping you'd say that.
One legend at a time, eh, lads? Before you start on the next, who fancies raising a cup to friendship reforged?
Good idea. No more drinking to forget my past. It's about time I had something to celebrate.
Then tap the kegs! Vulcan's boys are on their way!
Okay. Wait, what? I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that one. There's an even better... Why is that the name of the even better legendary weapon?
What do you want?
I need one more orichalcum. I need dark steel, which comes from a hunt. Primitive battle horn. Okay. German Twilight of the Gods. 375 attack. Hmm.
That it?
Did I, like, auto-equip the weapon, or... No, I still have Icebrand equipped. Well, equip Ragnarok. Here we go. Nice, okay. Well, we have... I guess the best weapon, probably, to look forward to getting the materials for at some point.
Oh, what do you expect? Farmers are about...
Knowledge hoarded is knowledge lost. I have a few new notes that might interest you.
The best weapon we can still pronounce it.
Now this, I believe you will find most interesting.
Oh! The Fallen used Magitech. German Pierce History's Fallen Civilization describes their highly advanced magical technology. Yeah. Quite a few Final Fantasy games use Magitech to, like, describe, you know, the weapons and, like, airships and stuff like that. Also produce weapons, all but indistinguishable from living beings, yet whose destructive power rival that of gods of legend. RNA Chronicles labeled these beasts the iconoclasts, and it is from the term that the icons of the present day take their moniker.
You wish to study the tomes?
Interesting. Featured really heavily in 6, yeah. 14 and 2. Like the Imperials, the Garleans, their whole race can't use magic, so they built Magitech. So like the airships and like the walking robots and stuff like that to fight in wars. So they're like a heavily advanced civilization solely because they can't use magic. They're the ones that like you've seen the Ultima weapon when I did like the main story sometimes for Mentor Roulette, that thing. They built that. Any new info on any of this stuff? Doesn't look like it. There's apparently still 3 monsters, 3 entries in the bestiary we don't have yet. So like 3 creatures we haven't battled. Okay. I mean, just going by, like, the little bar at the bottom, it seems like we're getting pretty close to, having all the entries.
Did you learn everything you needed?
Mid said I could ride the Enterprise.
I assume, like, some of it's gonna be, like, from when we enter Waylude, you know, whenever that happens. Seems to be taking way longer than I thought it would to enter that location of the game. Yeah, I'm not sure. I assume there would be one for, like, getting all the entries. There was one for, getting my knowledge, my rank to, like, 5 with tomes. So you think there would be one for, like, unlocking all the entries or something.
Back again? What is it that you wish to learn? One must understand
I
one's
guess
place
look at
in the
the
world.
map. I don't think much has really changed, right? Yeah. Just that, like, yeah, Barnabas went back to his kingdom, Waylude. That will eventually be going there, yeah.
Here's the latest information I have.
Right, yeah, okay, yeah, so the Duke of Oriflamme in the city, the side quest we just did, I was like, he was like the one dude that was like on the seat of the council that lived, right? And it is. So it was just like him, Dion, and Terrans are the only important people left for Simbraic. Okay, doesn't seem like too many changes, actually.
The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Your benefactors are a generous lot.
So what's this one? We are the shadows that quicken in the Firebird's wake, and from the shadows do serve our Lord and those who would be his wings, the Undying. Bring in the swift shot. Oh, okay.
You earned this.
Ooh, next rank. Genji gloves. I am curious what the heck Genji gloves are supposed to do. It's a red yarn board, you're right, yeah. All our connections. So, the equipment I just got. There's charge time for charge magic by 0.2 seconds. Oh. I don't really use charge magic all that much. That doesn't... Okay, it's not really that helpful. I think the increased defense is still kind of like the best one right now. Alright, oh wait, hold on, I should probably save. It's been a bit. Also, any new abilities to upgrade? I have 3,278 points. Well, not 5,000. I wasn't really using Diamond Dust. I don't have it equipped, so I might as well get the points back from that. I think I'll max out Flames of Rebirth. Then. So I have that max now and Giga Flare. Here we go.
How are you feeling, Joshua?
Better than I was.
But not nearly as well as you should be. Your cuts and burns may have healed, but your body still bears the burden of every spell cast.
And what would you have had me do? It was no ordinary foe we faced. It was the Warden of Darkness.
Right.
Yet still, it was not enough. The king could have ended me at any moment, but instead chose to toy with me like a curl does a mouse.
You underestimate yourself.
Oh, it was crystal clear. Only one man established his dominance that day, and that man was Barnabas.
I mean, to kind of kick our asses.
I'm sorry, brother. That was ill-spoken. It's just, I have never felt so powerless. And when so many are looking to us for strength, perhaps the prince feels the same.
for Dion. Oh, man, this man has it rough.
What is this place?
Don't move.
Oh, he was saved by the little medicine girl. We keep seeing.
Here, it's fresh from the well. Grandmother told me spirits sometimes get lost, and that the lanterns guide them to their proper place. I set one on the river for her when she passed away.
Oh.
The fiend works from the shadows. Was it you who guided my hand, then ultimately? No, not you. This is my doing, my fault, my sin to bear. And for it, I must atone.
Your hurts are healing nicely. It was my poultices that saw you well.
You make them.
And sell them, or try to. Earns me enough for bread, most days.
Forgive me. I have nothing to...
I know, but I couldn't just leave you lying there. You're going then?
Of course. I'm healed. Thanks to you and your poultices.
Will you promise to come back and visit?
Oh. I have a question. Where's Terrence in all of this? Where's Dion's boyfriend? Is he okay?
Well, Phoenix, it would seem that I owe you my wings.
Perhaps he can find an answer. You will be returning to Waloed soon, I gather.
I see no reason to wait.
Then neither do I.
I can think of a few, but I doubt they'll stop you. You will take your medicine.
Of course, Lady Daya.
Set on leaving already, are you?
How long will it take us to get back to Ash?
Dunno, about the same amount of time it took us to get here. Maybe less, if your uncle can find someone trustworthy to patch up the Enterprise.
All depends on where we're putting into port, mind.
Yes. It's not as if we can put ashore wherever we choose.
Right.
We have to assume that the whole of Ash is hostile, and that we'll be attacked on sight.
Then we must find a place they won't think to look. And I have an idea who might know of one.
The Professor! I'll go and tell you come in.
While you're plotting our course, I'll be in the shelves with your lawsman. I wish to pick his brains about Ultima.
Then I'll talk to Karen about supplies for the journey. They may not be easy to come by in Ash.
Your brother's body won't take much more of this recklessness. You know that, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, I got it. Oh, and there are hunts. There are hunts available. Yeah. Well, I feel like there's probably, you know, knowing Ultima, whatever he is, God, you know, powerful being, whatever, there probably isn't much written down about him. Maybe there was, like, at a time, but, like, a lot of it's probably been lost, similar to, like, how we don't know much about the Fallen, their civilization. So, this one, S rank. Should I spell like terror? Caravan traders traversing the Valkyrie told me of a colossal beast they had encountered on their journey. To hear them tell it, it had the aspect of a dragon, a lion, and a scorpion all at once. Oh, so a chimera. Okay. Contested that it might be naught but a mirage, a phantasm brought about by the desert heat, but the sweat which ran down their foreheads was cold, and the fear in their eyes real. Okay. Sorry, hold on, I'm pulling up that list of where they're located, so I don't have to run around forever trying to find it. Because the location is question mark, which does not help me. Okay, there we go. Found it. So only one hunt. It's an S rank, so it's gonna take a bit, but we can go do this, I guess. Where is it? Valkyrie Desert. Guess I'll just pick one of these, and then, have to look. Map. Oh. I chose the wrong one. It's all the way up here. I guess fast travel here instead. Oh, they mean, unknown. Yeah, question mark Iowa.
Come on. Faster.
Seems like a lot of, not only like quests, but hunts have taken us to the desert, Dhalmekia. Oh yeah, there it is. Just spawned into view.
We're not gonna outrun this one. Stay close, Torvald. This one. Kill! All yours, Torvald. This one.
There we go. Oh, I got Auric Hellcome from that. Nice. need that for that special sword. Eventually, when I get the other crafting materials from hunts. Okay, looks like that was it, so I'm all caught up on that stuff.
Covered in nicks and lumps.
For that, yeah, for the other thing, that we'll just say legendary weapon.
Say it all you like. It doesn't make it
The
true.
more legendary weapon, rather. So we already have a legendary weapon, apparently.
Ah, Clive. I was wondering when you'd arrive. Please tell me you've come to take our young prodigy here off my hands.
I'm not here for Mid. I need information on Ash.
Then why not ask Molly if you can look in one of her ovens? Go on.
As soon as the Enterprise is ready, we'll be setting out for Drake's Spine. And we're going to need a safe place to land.
Preferably one that won't see my ship blown to shit and splinters.
If it were that easy, do you think Waloed would have resisted invasion for so long? Very little is known of Ash, and the information we do have is spotty and outdated.
Oh,
we have the good
cool.
King Barnabas to thank for that. Waloed's borders have been closed to outsiders since the day he seized the throne. If there is anywhere safe to land, you won't find it on my map.
And tell us what we will find. I'm sure you know better than we do.
But no splinters.
All right, if it will get you out of my hair. But interrupt me, and it's over. Understood? Barnabas Tharm, the one they call the last king. Understand him, and you will understand the kingdom of Waloed. Barnabas was only a boy when he arrived from beyond the southern seas, and barely a man before he united the ragged tribes of Ash. And having unleashed them upon the formidable Veldamark, he set his throne upon the ancient kingdom's ruins. The victory sent shockwaves around Valisthea, tales of Odin's might spreading through every court, parlor, and drinking hole in the realm. Note that this was in the year 843, and that the king still sits upon his throne some 40 years later, quite untouched by time. Waloed's recent inaction left many wondering if Odin had lost his appetite for war. And yet here we are. The Einherjar was committed to the fray, a bold declaration of intent. Orcs swarm around Drake's Fang, and throngs of Akashic haunt Canvas streets. Though how precisely the havoc they wreak serves Waloed remains unclear.
Well, it doesn't serve Waloed, it serves
If
Ultima,
the order to attack
essentially.
truly came from King Barnabas, then one thing is certain.
I wouldn't say he didn't age, it's just like, she said he took over at a young age.
And made bedfellows of beast men and the ether-addled
So he's just like, I don't know,
all of which is a roundabout way
in
of
his
saying
50s.
that you will be in unknown territory.
Just
when you
doesn't look
set
it
foot
or something,
on
I don't
Ash.
know.
Much of the continent has already been lost to the Blight, and what few ports remain will be fiercely guarded. And that is to say naught of its natural defenses. Offshore currents will cast an ill-equipped ship out to sea one moment, and dash it against the rocks the next. But then the Enterprise is anything but ill-equipped. And Mid has made land there before. Now, if only there were someone with an intimate knowledge of the Shadow Coast, and where a daring gentleman might put ashore. You see, Clive, you had the answer all along.
Do you think you can get us back to that beach, Mid?
Picked you up from it, didn't I? Not that it were easy. The currents were a right bastard. But then, if it wasn't hard, It wouldn't be worth doing, would it?
Well said. Thank you, Lady Vivian.
If a few morsels of common knowledge and a sprinkling of tavern talk are worthy of your thanks, I wonder what genuine intelligence might earn me.
Probably more visits. Mid, I need everyone in the ale hall now. I'll fetch Joshua from the shelves.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Are we finally going to Waylude for real this time? Like, not just like a short trip? Oh, there's a side quest. Alright, hold on. Before I go, got other things to do.
Please, your grace. My Lord Marquis.
Yote, is anything the matter?
My lord. Yes. Perhaps you might. It's your brother. His condition continues to worsen.
Right.
Though he does his best to hide it.
I had feared as much.
There are certain elixirs which can ease the suffering of those afflicted by the curse, but... But His Grace's case is severe. So I consulted with Talia and certain of my comrades among the Undying about the possibility of finding something stronger. And thankfully, a recipe was found, and our supplies are almost exhausted. Unless we can secure more soon, your brother's anguish will likely become unbearable. My lord, I know that I have no right to make demands of you. But would you help?
I mean, of course.
For Joshua, anything.
Thank you, my lord.
So, what is this critical ingredient?
A rare herb by the name of stonerwort. It grows only where the ether is densest. We discovered a patch near the aqueduct in Rosaria. The search continues for a new source. One that we might reach without being turned.
So it's only that you can't reach it?
Well, yes, but...
Then I shall go in your stead.
But, my lord...
You've yet to find another source, correct? Besides, I'm a dominant. The ether can't hurt me.
Well, if you're sure, stonerwort is easily identified by its blood-red blooms.
Okay.
I shall remain here and prepare the other ingredients.
So, we'll give you an ingredient to craft a healing item for Joshua. Got it. Look how she was hesitant to ask Clive for help. Like, of course he's gonna want to help his brother.
Fly, Ambrosia.
More marbles. Well, it grows where ether is dense, so it's probably just going to be a bunch of Akashic monsters around the plant we need.
Here's the aqueduct. Now to find our stonewort. Yote mentioned blood-red petals.
Oh, yep.
Just my luck. I won't be picking anything till they're gone. There's only one thing for it. Get him! Over here!
Alright, where are these flowers? Oh, here they are. Those do not look like
There it is.
flowers.
Better collect as much as I can before reinforcements arrive.
It's like some weird, like, weed.
Right. That should do it. Let's get these back to Yote.
Covered in nicks and lumps.
Yote, I brought back all the stone and water I could find. Will this be enough?
Here you go.
Yes, my lord. Thank you. I'm sure it will serve us until we can find another source.
I'm very glad to hear it.
You and His Grace are very much alike, you know. You think only of how you might help others, and never of the danger to yourselves.
No more than you have minding my brother. You've risked a lot for him, and I thank you for it.
I am honored that you should say so. But I beg you, my lord, do not give too much of yourself for the sake of others. We could not afford to lose you.
I'll keep that in mind.
Hey, there we go. Oh, I'm close to leveling up again. Nice.
How do you split the sea?
Oh, ooh, new letter at the reading table? Go look at those real quick.
The stew's awfully thin.
Oh, a couple. Courage to fight. What happened at Eastpool with the Bearers and the Guardians has been a long time coming, and I'm proud that it could finally happen here in Rosaria. The Duchy of Old may be no more, but Archduke Elwin's dream still burns in the hearts of many, and it is through victories such as these that that fire will spread. It's only the beginning, Clive, but a fine beginning it is. Martha. Right, yeah. It is hard to believe Theo is gone. Every morning I wake, I expect him to be there in the stables, watering the birds or readying the packs. Yet he is not, and it is everything I could do not to fall to my knees and weep. Still, I know I have to move on, but that doesn't mean I have to forget. My brother and I built all we have together. So as long as I still have the caravans, he will ever be with me, and I shall honor him in death by carrying on what he strove for in life. That is what I choose. Eloise. Oh. Thanks again for helping get the dungeon in order. Had you not rode gallantly to our rescue, I reckon poor away in the lot would still be stuck stilling Lightwater over a punter. There's always room for improvement, though. So don't get your knickers in a knot should I come knocking at your chamber door looking for more spears and ash and whatnot. Mid. Oh, well, thanks, Mid. Yeah, you're welcome. I did a bunch of fetch quests for you. Clive, there's but one crystal left needs cracking, but one man who can do it. See that you don't miss, Otto. Oh, thanks. Look at the final one is just like brief words of encouragement, I guess.
The stew's awfully thin.
You could have told me that in person.
I have no reason to assume otherwise.
Well, Clive, you must listen to this. Lawsman, tell him.
Do you recall when we spoke before on the divinity of Ultima? Well, it inspired me to delve deeper into the subject. And what I discovered appears to agree with the findings of His Grace.
You will recall that my quest to uncover Ultima's origins began with the mural at Phoenix Gate. But while I've always known it to be important, its secrets have heretofore eluded me. Now, however, I believe I know where to find the more complete example. One that will reveal all we seek.
Master Clive, have you ever in your travels chanced to hear of the Circle of Malleus? I would think not, few have. But there was once a time when the faith flourished, the oldest known religion in the Twins, and though its popularity eventually waned on Storm, hints of its dogma remain embedded in more modern faiths such as the Crystalline Orthodox.
Wait, you said it waned on Storm. What of Ash?
Religious monuments are often torn down or repurposed when new faiths rise to prominence. But if no new faith arose, then perhaps the ancient temples might still stand.
Oh.
And so, you see now why I must accompany you to Waloed.
It would appear the past still has much to teach us, though in this case, it would not have been possible without the musings of Moss. To think that you carried a copy of my old mentor's chronicles all along. I am relieved to discover it in good hands.
I shall guard it with my life.
Joshua, if you're finished here, join me in the ale hall. I need to speak to everyone before we leave.
Right away.
Well, I'm gonna check that they didn't slip in some more side quests. Okay.
Said I can ride the Enterprise next.
My apologies.
By now you've all heard where we're going and why. So I won't bother you with the boring details, only the important ones. If we attempt to approach Stone here by sea, there's a good chance we'll be sighted and fall prey to the capital's artillery. So instead, we'll disembark on the southwest coast and make for Drake's Spine on foot. I say we, but it's highly likely the entirety of Ash is under the rule of Ultima. A large party would only attract unwanted attention, as well as slow our march and require supplies which may be difficult to obtain. Only Joshua and I will be going. And a scout. Preferably a good one. Gav, do you know of any?
You bet your ass I do. Might still borrow some of Lady Vivian's maps, though. Just in case, like.
Once you've dropped us off at the Shadow Coast, you need to retreat into neutral waters. Fly merchant colors and stay inconspicuous. If you sense any danger at all, you leave us behind and return to Storm.
Inconspicuous is my middle name. But like hell am I leaving anyone behind. The ship ain't going nowhere till your scurvy mugs are smiling on deck.
Jill, the Enterprise will appear a tempting target for royalists and pirates alike. You're to stop anyone boarding.
Don't worry. I'll keep the ship and her crew safe. You'll be needing passage home, after all.
But... very well.
If there are no questions, I'll see you all at the docks.
Alright.
Let me know when you're leaving. I want a word before you go.
Of course.
Like, I gotta keep checking, you know, for side quests. I like to, like, sneak them in between, you know, these little talking points in the missions. It doesn't look like anything.
How do you split the sea?
Is something wrong?
Not at all. Honestly. Can't a man wish his friend farewell? Just wanted to let you know that I'll keep things in order while you're off saving the world.
I'll hold you to that.
Alright, yep, here we go. Though honestly, I'll probably like land in Waylude, watch whatever cutscenes there are, and then be done for today. Cause it is hot.
Reckon it'll be a long walk to the capital if we follow the cliffs. I'll scout ahead, see if I can't find us an inland route.
Clive. There's something I've been meaning to ask. You took her icon, didn't you?
Oh, Jill.
Yes, I did. She understood.
Is he gonna... What? But she offered willingly!
Oh, she understood. Understood that you decided to save the world all on your own, and that you'd die without her power. How dare you make her choose? You knew damn well she'd never refuse you. But I will.
Oh, this is awkward.
You can't keep pushing us away, Clive. The world is ours to save, not yours.
Hold up, am I like misinterpreting that touching moment Clive had with Jill wrong somehow? Like it didn't seem like that's what was going on in that moment. I don't know.
I used my gift because I thought it was the right thing to do.
And you truly believe this will save you? Will save us all?
I do.
Then so be it.
Joshua
Just
punched
don't
me for
forget.
that.
You're not alone.
Think I found us a trail. Did I miss something?
Only that Joshua didn't.
I don't get it.
Hey!
Oh. To visit Ash?
We're in Waluda territory now. Don't expect a warm welcome.
Oh, I don't know, Clive. That castle over there looks inviting enough.
Wait, there's a castle?
Shall we sample its
Oh!
inhabitants' hospitality?
There is a castle. Okay. Well, hey! We finally made it to Waylude. but I'll be leaving things here for today. We'll explore the Kingdom of Ash tomorrow. Yeah, it just took what, like 3 streams or something like that, way longer than I thought. That's cool. Yeah, we're finally here. So yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out and checking stream. I always appreciate it. If you missed any part of stream today and would like to catch up or watch any previous streams, all the VODs are over on YouTube. There are links to that in the About Me sections on both Twitch and Kick. If you want to watch the HD version, watch the streams on Twitch or Kick, because it takes like roughly like 10 or so hours for them to be HD on YouTube. And yeah, if you've been, liking my content and would like to, leave me a tip for future streams, streaming endeavors, getting new games and stuff like that, you can leave me a tip over on Ko-fi. There are links to that in the About Me sections as well. And also, in Twitch chat. Thanks, Strungus. Oh, I would also like to note that on Ko-fi now, I have a shop up for, past emotes I've made that can be used on Discord, Twitch, or Kick. So if you guys want any emotes, you can check my shop out on Ko-fi as well. They're labeled as to pay what you want, so you can get them for free if you like. So yeah, thanks again guys, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening.